The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the policy or position of ONTV's management, staff, or board of directors.
Why, thank you for that, Joseph. You're welcome, Jason. Anything for ONTV. That's how we roll here. It's time for another fabulous episode of
Talking Nude.
Man, wouldn't it be great if we could just run outside in this cold weather, take off our clothes, and just be...
Talking Nude.
I don't know, though. It's 80 degrees one day and 33 degrees, and we're still...
Talking Nude.
I mean, the water's high as hell. We take off our clothes and just run in the water, and then we're just...
Talking Nude.
I always like tripping up the wife because she never knows what I'm going to say when we're doing the show.
Talking Nude.
And she sounds all sexy like some chick from Film Noir 40s doing...
Talking Nude.
It's like Madonna mixed with Shakira and Beyonce when we be...
Talking Nude.
That's just what we do. Yes, because my baby loves to be...
Talking
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the beginning of a 70s porno movie. Hey,
You're
good
so silly.
morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another fabulous, spectacular, awesome, fantastic episode of
Talking Nude.
where we talk live, uncut, unfiltered, unabridged, unedited about whatever the hell we want. Why? Because it's
Talking Nude.
I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Jason, and this is my beautiful wife, Mrs. Kathy.
Hello.
How are you?
Tired this morning.
You look a little tired. Did you sleep good last night?
I did. But I'm just tired. It's back to Monday. It's
I know,
back
isn't
to
it
the
crazy
week. Like,
how fast the days
it
go?
goes so fast.
It's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, back to freaking work. Like, this is some bullshit.
It is though, like seriously, because it was just. I remember it was just Friday. Like, it was just Friday. I'm thinking, okay, I got to work just a small day on Saturday. Then I'm off. Sunday. Sunday already flew by. Back to Monday. Now it's back to the work week.
Right?
Back to work today. Back to all of it today.
But we had a good weekend, though, although the weather was playing. I
What did we
didn't know what
do?
the weather was going to be. Like, it's the only place in Michigan you can have 4 seasons in one day.
Oh
Like,
my
it was some
God.
bullshit. Like, it was, like, nice in the morning. Then it was, like, gloomy. And then
Little
we went
bit
to
rainy,
the
and
fucking
then a
flea
little bit
market, and it was snowing. Mother Nature's like fucking with us, man. They're like down in Puerto Rico taking a vacation somewhere, having a drink, laughing at us. Honestly, though, I think Earth is just mad at us, like you said. I think
I really do.
we've been destroying Earth for a very long time.
Like, we're
man.
so unnatural here. Like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
it is to the point where when the weather is mixing and mingling like this, we're doing something wrong. Mother Earth is just like, what are y'all doing? What the fuck
Yeah.
are y'all doing?
We're
Like,
destroying Earth. Like, that's what we're
because
doing.
this is just crazy.
Like, when you go outside and the air smells like fucking barbecue, like
it
there's
is.
something, it
There's
really
more
does.
fires going on. It's just,
Man.
it is just to the point where even on your phone, the little, like, was it the weather app tells
Yeah.
you air quality is this. If you
Yep.
have asthma, please stay in the house today.
Yeah.
When they're telling you that, don't go
Yeah.
outside because it might kill you to breathe. Like,
But that's how it is downriver. Like when I lived down in Rouge, we had acid rain down there by Zug Island, and they call it that because it's literally an island with just fire over there. So could you imagine the people working over there, working in that shit? Like, ugh. Man, and then they said what Sheboygan, the water level was about to flood over, and they had the pumps. They had like 2 little pumps pumping this
That's
water.
horrible.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, why can't they just like put the water in a helicopter or something and somehow put it in a container and give it to states that need it, like Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas needs water, and I'm
That's
sure that they
true.
could figure it out. But they're like, no, it might mess with the ecosystem and fuck with some fish. And I'm like, fuck the fish. The fish are gonna be fine. Just
Or eaten.
filter the fish
Or
out.
gonna eat or eaten.
Yeah. Oh, and then a whale. We saw this shit on YouTube. A whale crashed a boat in the ocean. And now here's my take on it. And
Jason said the take before
Yes.
the actual people did.
all day.
Jason said, well, they are in their territory. You're competing for their food.
Yeah.
Right? So after this whale attacked this boat,
Yeah.
the guys who survived it said, you know what, we are in their territory. And Jason's like, I just said that.
And it's very true.
Because that whale was like, it's like that whale knew that what they were doing.
Yes.
They're like all after, maybe they're all after the same fish. Who knows?
Whale are very smart.
And this whale got up and went, boom, like slam dunk,
Yeah.
like if it was a wrestler, like,
Yeah. He did
finish
like
him.
Yokozuna splash or some shit. Like Andre the Giant was like, you fuck with my food. Oh wait, I don't know if he was Asian, but but you know what I mean?
But
Like
either way, the way he came down was like finish him.
yeah, exactly. Mortal Kombat, like fatality. Like it shit was wild. And it was.
And these two young teenagers filmed it, who
Yeah.
were in a boat, like not right where they were at, but far enough off where they didn't get affected by it, but they were
Yeah.
close enough to film it.
Yeah,
And then help the two guys after they got kicked off the boat, basically after they fell off the boat after the whale
it was crazy.
annihilated it.
It was crazy because if you think about it, like the whale, see, they're already trying to communicate with AI and stuff and trying to decode what whales are saying. They don't want to know what the whales are saying. The whales are probably saying, look, stay the fuck out the
Yeah.
ocean. Like, give us some food. Like,
Yeah.
because we're eating all their
their
food.
food.
And then they're wondering why sharks are attacking people at the shore and shit.
Yep.
Because you're
They're coming
making them come
closer.
closer and closer because you're taking all their food. You
So
know,
they have to hunt and hunt and hunt. And they're going to end up hunting your ass.
they're gonna be. It's gonna be a fucking like someone's gonna document that in a minute. Like you're gonna see that. There's gonna be like it's like in the '90s. What was it when sharks attack? That's what's gonna
Yep.
happen. Be like when sharks attack again. Like you
But
know,
we
it's-
don't need to take all their food out the ocean, though.
exactly. Up and looks like we have a guest. We're gonna be bringing her in shortly. But what else happened over the weekend, dear?
Nothing.
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 Yeah, it did. We went to the flea market. What else did we do?
Nothing. What
Yeah, we did.
do? What
We
do?
did. We went. Let's see.
No, that was last. That was
Last
2
weekend. Oh, so yeah, we were off last week. So
Yeah,
last
so-
weekend, I kidnapped the wife. Okay, so I went to work, and here's what happened. First, I mean, I didn't kidnap her, literally. Okay, fuckers. But anyway, so I went to work, right? And basically, long story short, I signed the wrong sheet of overtime and didn't know that there was another sheet, and so they sent me home after working 2.5 hours. Well, we worked everything out, but at first I was kind of depressed. So I'm like, you're right, I'm gonna kidnap the wife. We're gonna go for a cruise, and I took her.
And it
through
was
the
a
hood.
nice day. It was a nice
We went through
day.
there. I took her all the way down Woodward, downtown Detroit, shot down Michigan Avenue, shot down another side street to 4th Street to Woodamere, and we went through River Rouge, Ecorse, Southwest Detroit,
And Southwest Detroit, you went to
Wyandotte.
Wyandotte, but we went to
Yep.
the best Mexican restaurant ever. What was it?
Mexican Village.
Oh my gosh, it was so
Yes.
good. The food was so delicious and cheap too.
Yeah.
Nice restaurant. I thought it was
And
really,
it was
really good.
packed. Like
Yeah.
we went in there, and I see why now though, because the
food,
prices were
yeah.
the food was great, and the prices were very reasonable. So anybody, if you're in Southwest Detroit, go to Mexican Village, get you some food. It's really good. I promise you, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah,
Let's see
so
what else
good.
did we do. Then we went to a Star Wars theme bar.
Yeah, that was fun.
You don't see Chewbacca every day. That was kind of cool.
That was down in Wyandotte. We also
Yes.
went to another bar though, the neighborhood, so I could use the bathroom.
the hurry back bar. Yeah, she had to
and
take
it had
a
a
she had
slanted
to
bar,
pee.
bar.
Oh yeah, you
the
dropped the
slant-
drink.
Yeah, it was slant. The bar was slanted. It was slanted. And the thing is, the bartender said, "Oh, a lot of people do that." Well, then
Yeah.
stop slanting the bar.
That's true. They do it all the time. And apparently the bar was slanted, so we went to get the drink. And
You put it down and was slant. And
yeah,
I'm like,
she went to put it down, and luckily I had ninja-like reflexes because I'm like not letting the apple pucker spill, a little bit spill, but whoa, what the fuck? Like I grabbed the shit real quick. Hey, ooh, I was like Cobra Kai. I was like creasing shit.
but it was just the point that like a slanted bar, you need to let patrons know that, oh, don't put it here,
Yes.
put it here.
Yes.
You know, because I literally wasn't even paying attention. Luckily, you
Yes.
caught it.
Oh,
or
I
that
seen it.
Apple pucker would have went on the
My
floor.
cat's eye. I seen it quickly because it was like one of those commercials where they had the bounty commercial, like no, in slow motion, the paper towel and the table and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
You're so silly.
But we have a guest today. Before we bring her in, just give you a little background that I know about her. She is part of her. She has a label. She has a studio. She does like film work, editing. She is an artist. Actually, her daughter is an artist, and basically, she's been doing a little bit of everything behind the scenes, man. So let's give it up for Jaunty of Death by Lipstick Productions. And where is my? There it is.
He's like, "Where's my clapper?"
I know. Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off. The
That
clap.
clap.
Oh, yay! Hold on. Let's do the
Good
clap
morning,
again.
Kathy. Good morning,
Morning.
Jay. Good morning, Ian.
There we go. Late applause and shit.
Look at you on the faders. I'm proud of you.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I got all these sound effects. There's some really cool sound effects here too. There's like, where is this one at? One of my favorite ones. Oh, thank you so much, Ian. Give it up for Ian, everybody. Where's our golf clap? Oh! All right, so we got a tire screeching here. There we go. Burning rubber. We got.
Oh, that's cool.
This is from a movie. We got
Oh no! Please turn that.
Yeah,
one,
she don't
Jay.
like that
Ooh,
one.
that was awful.
Need a hot
I
pocket?
can't
Go to
hear
hot.
it on this side.
Oh, you'll hear it later on. I guarantee it. When you hear it, you're gonna be cracking up. But this shit's hilarious. It's
I'm
hilarious.
already hearing how crazy you guys are already this morning.
Oh, this is
You're waking me up already.
That's what we do when we have lots of coffee and sugar and energy. Like Kathy has lots of energy. She's like, I can't believe it's the weekend's over already. Like we came in and there's a guy rapping Hamilton. His name's Matt. Shout out to Matt. They're doing a thing about the bill, I guess, that's going on in the community. There's a bill that they're working on passing, and so they were doing like a Hamilton
Oh
like
my
rap.
God, that is so
Yeah,
creative.
so they were doing a Hamilton rap in there.
nice.
So I went in there and kind of, I helped him for a second because I could tell he was a little nervous. He didn't look like he was a flow master. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying it out.
Flowmaster.
Yeah,
That's
Flow
the word?
Master. Rap Master B. What was it? Was it? Yeah, Rap Master B on Married with Children. Remember?
Oh,
Fucking Bud Bundy and shit. Rap Master B. I don't even
I
know why the
remember.
fuck I remember that. But
exactly.
no,
Why do you remember that?
useless trivia information from the 80s and 90s, I guess. But no, they were dressed up like.
Just watch your TikTok page. We know all about it.
Right. They were like dressed up like Hamilton. And so what it was is he was rapping it, but I could tell he was more focusing on the camera and reading the teleprompter and not really relaxing. So I just went, hey, I was like, I don't want to
Yeah.
overstep or anything, but is it okay if I can help you for a sec? So I went in there and I'm looking at it and I see what it was. They had too many syllables, too many words in the bar. And he was trying to spit it, you know what I mean? And it was hard. It would be hard for me to do. I mean, I did it, but it was like, I was like, well, maybe try doing this. Take this word out. What word doesn't work for you there? And so he was like, well, this one, why don't we take this one
That's
out and this
perfect.
one out?
That's what you do in songwriting.
Right. And that's what it was. And so he was like, you sure you don't want to do this? I was like, bro, no, you got this. I got total faith in you, confidence. You got this. And so he knocked it out. And I can't wait to see the finished product, man. They're in there filming it in the studio with the green screen right now. And he's got his little white wig on and shit. What were those things called back then?
I don't even know.
Pompadours. Weren't they pompadours or some shit? You know the wigs at
Pompadour.
the old.
That's
Got
a
me. I'm with
pompadour.
Kathy. I have no clue.
A pompadour is a haircut. What?
I don't know what's the the fucking court people be wearing in the
I don't know.
in the old
I know
style
it's a
English.
style, but
Like
I
George
know the
Washington's
style.
hair didn't look like that. That was a fucking wig that they had. I forget what they called it. But
You
man,
can call it anything, and everybody would know what it.
Yeah.
They believe it.
we'll
So,
call it a Marge Simpson haircut.
there you go.
So we're just going to jump right into the interview. First off, thank you so much for taking the time to be a part of this. This
My
is
pleasure and an honor.
this
to
is
be
like
here.
organized chaos, is what we call this. Like we never know what the hell we're gonna talk about. So
Hey, I'm organized chaos too, so we fit.
so how did Death by Lipstick? How did that come about?
I want to know where the name came
Yeah,
from.
where did it come from?
Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
It was, I used to be with a company called Real to Real Productions.
Okay.
And I wish I had this great story for Death by Lipstick because I don't, but I do have the story.
Okay.
But the story basically is the producer. I used to be an A&R rep for Real to Real Productions,
Mhm.
and I was there for a few years. And before I left, I really wanted to have my own business and start my own music company. So the producer, his name was Marshall. He actually said, hey, I got this great name that I used to produce these young girls, and we called them Death by Lipstick, but they never went anywhere. They didn't do anything, but they were like, I think 3 or 4 girls or something in a group. And he goes, he was like, do you want this name? And I was like, are you serious right now? I said, that's an amazing name. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better than that. And I was like, are you sure? And I was like, I would love to take that name. So I said, I think I could do some stuff with that name. And that's the story, really, basically.
Yeah.
So I took the name, but it was usually for a few young girls, but never went anywhere. So
Death
I'm
by
trying
Lipstick.
to make it go somewhere.
So Death by Lipstick was actually a girl group, like a Spice Girls.
It was a girl group, a young girl group.
Okay, like a Spice Girls.
sorry?
I'm guessing like a Spice Girls, like a pop group or something, rock group.
I'm not sure. I didn't know the group. Yeah,
Okay.
I never met the girls. It was I'm sure quite a few years before me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of genre it was, but I just made it to what it is today. and I'm gonna keep on going.
So what was one of the first artists that you started working with in the label that you're putting together? Like the production team. Like what was the first artist you worked with?
One of the first, well, I used to do Chicago events where I'd go to Chicago. They'd pay me to be on the panel,
Mm-hmm.
and they would fly me into Chicago, and we'd do like the showcase for what's called Dream something Dream. I can't think of the name of it now, but anyways, it was every year I would be on the panel, and whoever would win like a music
Like whoever won the
thing. I don't know.
competition got like a
Whoever
deal.
won, yeah, they would get a 1-year contract.
Oh, okay.
With reel to reel.
Oh, so like
The
studio
company
time
that I was
and
with.
okay. You're really starting to
Yeah, they
break
could
up
do
your
one
bandwidth.
song or.
Your bandwidth is kind of low, it says on your end. Like you're kind of lagging a little bit. There we go. Kind of. Okay.
I'm supposed to have the best stuff. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Yep. We can hear you.
I
Go
have
ahead.
the best internet out here. I live in the boonies, by the way. So
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
You live out there by Kid Rock?
I'm not shocked. Huh?
Do you live out there by Kid Rock? Because I heard he lives out in the boonies too.
I don't think he lives here anymore. I think he like hit the road, Jack.
He moved to like
So,
Tennessee or
cheers to
something.
that.
He's down there with Jack White.
No, he's down there with them conservatives.
No, he
honey.
ain't. No,
He's
he
with
ain't
them
down there that
conservatives. He
way.
in the South, honey. He was-
That's at
Exactly,
the Tennessee.
Kathy. Exactly.
That's where he's at.
So
Yeah,
you,
he's all good. He can stay there.
so basically you were doing like showcases, basically getting paid to do showcases and be on a panel like a judge, like almost like of America's Got Talent or The Voice or something like that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was in Chicago. Yep. And
What was that like? Did you get to like meet a lot of cool people out there?
I did. I met a lot of cool people. A lot of artists, and so it was whoever won, basically.
Okay.
Sorry, I have a Zoom coming in.
Up. And we just lost her. She disappeared. All right, so we're just gonna go right back until she comes right back. This is fucking live. We don't make this shit up. I guess she had another call that cut off this one. So you get to see us for a
At
second.
11:11 exactly.
11:11. I don't know what that means. Is that like a astrological thing, dear?
Angel numbers.
Oh, okay.
Never heard of like.
So an angel was keying in on the other end.
Well, I think they're called angel numbers. Like when you see 11, 11, 12, 12,
Is
10,
that-
10, 1, 1, 1. To me, that just means that like something happened at the exact time it was supposed to happen.
And so she had to like basically go back into it. I'm just getting a quick picture. This is kind of cool. I like this. So we were talking about the music. So what about The Voice did you like, dear? The American Idol and stuff like that. That is really weird. She totally just disappeared.
I didn't like The Voice. Like,
No.
I don't know. I just, all those shows, I felt like after Carrie Underwood won
Uh-huh.
and Kelly Clarkson, it was kind of boring after that. And Fantasia.
Yeah.
After they won, it was like those shows kind of became boring to me.
They were like
Repetitive. That's all.
repetitive. Yeah.
I feel like those shows should have only lasted like 3 seasons.
Can you hear us?
I can,
Okay,
I'm
you're
so
back. Yeah,
sorry.
you disappeared. Like she said it was 11:11, like an angel or something must have called you or something at the right time.
Oh my gosh, was it really?
Yeah,
I
it was
believe in that
11:11.
So
That's-
much.
yeah, it was 11:11. That's what she said.
Crazy.
Yeah, she said like an
Thank
angel
you,
must.
Kathy, for saying that.
Yep.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god. I just got goosebumps right.
Yeah, and you're lagging
That's
again.
great.
Okay, wherever you're at, you're like by a wall or something. There's something that's blocking you to where your signal.
How's that?
That's
That's
a little
better,
better. That's
better,
better.
better.
Wherever you're at, don't be by the wall. I'm thinking that's what
In
it
other words,
is.
don't move your chair.
Yeah, don't
If you're in a
move too
swivel
much.
chair, don't move.
Just sit still. Don't fucking move.
Okay.
No, so American Idol, right?
Sorry, guys.
So
Thanks for being patient with me.
no, you're good. So when American Idol first premiered, what I liked about it is they had people on there purposely butchering Motown songs, and I swear they had to have been.
But I
drunk.
liked the first couple of seasons. Like I said,
It was
I
better.
think American Idol should have stayed on only 3 seasons and called it
Yes.
a day because
Yes.
after that it just became repetitive.
Yeah, it did. How many fucking seasons they got of American Idol? Because they rebooted
All the way
it.
up to now.
Didn't they rebrand it like Lionel Richie?
yeah, but they never stopped actually airing it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why for me, I'm like, and then you got The Voice, who's the same kind of knockoff of it.
Look, I miss drunk ass Paula Abdul, and I miss my man that was playing the guitar and shit. What the hell was his name?
Randy Jackson.
Randy Jackson. Be like, I don't know, dog. You know, it was kind of cool, but you know. And I was like, It was absolutely dreadful. Don't know what the fuck you were thinking singing that song. Like, let's go to commercial. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
And then
missed
Paula
that.
Abdul was like the little soft voice,
Drunk off her ass. Like, oh, I loved it.
But it was
It
it
was
was a
great.
good combination. That's why I feel like after them they should just ended the show. But they kept them
Yeah.
going and going and going and going. And the
Yeah.
worst season was
Which one was it?
Nicki Minaj with Mariah Carey.
Why? Because was it two divas like?
They were like the chemistry wasn't there and they didn't like
Oh.
each other.
Oh,
And it was caught on camera too many times. They
You're
couldn't
gonna make
even
me
hide
want to go
it.
back and watch it. I want to
You
see
couldn't
that.
even
Who
you couldn't
doesn't
even
get
hide
along
it.
with Mariah?
It was the worst season. It was uncomfortable to watch.
Really?
Because those two didn't like each other. And they were
Ah.
like doing little petty stuff at the table. And it was just like, no, it just took away from the show. And you can tell they only
Okay.
did one season of it because it was that bad. You just
Well, Nikki, I mean, I don't know how she is now, but back then she seemed really obnoxious at first. Like she
but
really
she could
did.
be though, because she was when Nicki Minaj was in her prime, she was in her prime. She was doing her thing, so she could.
She was that bitch back then. I ain't gonna lie. She
was.
She had a ass you could put a dime on for real, a quarter.
But for me, it was her
Like-
lyrical skills and how she came out. So she was that diva.
That's true.
It's just that she didn't age well. Her music, I mean.
Yeah.
Her ego didn't know how to accept that there was Cardi B's now.
Right.
There was reality rapper shows. She didn't want
True.
to. She didn't want to progress, and her attitude into the. Not paparazzi, into the public was
Yes, public eye.
was so nasty because she didn't want to pass the torch.
Right.
She started dogging women and
Ah.
dogging Cardi. She was just dogging out all these rappers, and it was just
Mariah
like,
was?
not Mariah, Nicki.
Nicki was.
Nicki Minaj was like she didn't age well.
Oh,
and like
gotcha.
her music and everything because of her attitude.
Okay.
She didn't want to progress or even pass the torch. So the reason why Nicki Minaj is almost
Ah.
like irrelevant now because of her own attitude. She didn't want to merge. She didn't want to pass the torch. She just had a really negative attitude when it come down to she wanted to stay the diva forever.
Well, you can't. Even Madonna can't.
I know.
Don't get me wrong. She's still doing her thing. Not, giving mad props to Madonna, but she also had to realize that, hey, Britney Spears was coming around. Christina Aguilera was coming around. Like, I'm not the top bitch anymore. You know
But
what
the
I
thing
mean?
is, it's okay because when you got Christina's and Britney's and all that, they're for their generation. Madonna
Yeah.
was for us, so she's
Yeah.
still that bitch to us.
She is always going to be that bitch.
Why
I don't
does
give a fuck. She
every,
could
like,
be 80
older
years old with a
artist-
cane. As
Absolutely.
long as she sings material,
It's
girl,
true.
I'm good.
She
It's
paved
true.
the way.
Yes.
She really
Correct.
did.
Yes. So switching
There's
it up.
Nobody can take that away from her at all.
Exactly. Now switching it up with the 80s. I know you're a big Duran Duran fan. What are some other 80s icons that you really enjoy?
80s icons. I like how Madonna's one of them for sure.
Yeah. Favorite Madonna
I
song?
love there's so many. I love and I always love a lot of punk stuff. So
Okay.
like
The Clash.
Yeah, I love Depeche.
Depeche.
Yep, and the Clash.
The Clash.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Cure.
I love all
Nice.
the Cure. Yep.
So what
Yep.
got you into?
Yeah,
Because
I
I
love
know
a
there's
lot of that stuff. I love all kinds of different music.
there's an interesting story about Duran Duran. So tell us about that. You were talking about it the other day with me, and how did that come about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's go into that. Let's dive into that. The story you were telling
Okay,
me
what?
about Duran Duran. About like why you're such a big Duran Duran fan. You forgot already?
I don't know. I
Forgot.
think they saved my life.
They saved your life?
I think they saved my life.
Okay.
Yeah, they really saved my life, and I'll be forever grateful. I went through a lot of bullshit growing up, and it was hard. It was hard growing up in a lot
Yeah.
of ways.
Yeah.
I went from school to school to school to school to school. I never, it was just I was constantly getting moved around, and I never really had, I could never say I had like real friends that I could really talk to, or like today I could go to a high school reunion and say, hey, I remember what we did back then. I had maybe a couple friends like that.
Okay.
And I went through a lot of bullshit with my parents.
Okay.
So they saved my life. And music, I was there. It was there for me. Duran Duran was there for me. And the first song I ever heard on the radio was Hungry Like the Wolf. And it was with one of my mom's boyfriends at the time who was picking me up from school. And he loved that song. And he's like, hey, did you ever hear this band? And I'm like, no. So I started listening I heard that Hungry Like the Wolf, and I loved it. And I was like, well, I want to see what these guys look like. So I went to go pick up the next Bop magazine.
I used to do it. Woo-hoo!
Kathy, you just had Kathy light up.
I loved Bop magazine, honey. That was the shit.
It was the shit. So was Star Hits.
Yes.
What was the one that had?
It was all plastered. They were plastered all over my bedroom wall. There was no. I couldn't see the paint.
What was the one? So this is showing my age a little bit. What was the one that always had Alyssa Milano and Kirk Cameron on all the time? Was it like Teen Dream or some shit?
Teen Beat.
Teen Beat. Yeah. So when I was in the group home, I was 16. In the 16. Yeah. When I was in the youth home, I was in the youth home probably about 13, 14 years old. We used to always get those subscriptions, and so everybody would take the pictures out. But man, I love some Alyssa Milano. I ain't even gonna lie. Like all her views aside,
She's very
whatever.
Political now.
That's what I'm saying. All her views aside, I wouldn't give a fuck. It's Samantha Maselli to me all the time. Like,
Yeah.
but so diving into
she's pretty cool.
You've been to like every Duran Duran concert that is. So with Death by Lipstick? What is something that you're trying to bring to the forefront as your vision? Like, what is your goal? What is your ambition for that production? Like, what are you trying to do?
Well, I've always my dream with Death by Lipstick has always been to help artists and help them change the game in the music industry. That's my biggest goal, to get them their deserved pay. You know, because they don't get paid correctly. They don't get their. To me, art. It's like people don't care about the music. They'll download it for free. They don't care about the artist. It's no respect in the music for the music.
They don't realize the time and the money and the fucking.
But can you? I mean, go ahead, honey.
No, they don't understand the time and the money and the energy that we put into it. Going to the studio, recording. It's not just going in the studio recording. It's like you're putting together a project. You're collaborating with other artists.
Life's money.
It's your life's money. You know what I mean? And I'm learning the business end of it at 51, which is crazy because if I'd have learned it earlier, I probably would have pulled my hair out and been like Homer Simpson now because it's a lot of work.
My hair out.
You know what I'm saying? The copyright people make me want to choke them out for real. Like every time I get on the phone with them, they're always like, well, technically this is a sound recording and you have to have this. And so apparently this is going to be a audio and a visual and this is a motion picture and this has to be separate. It sounds like they just want more fucking money is what it sounds like. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like they're con artists. Like,
yeah, well, they do. Of course they do. Everybody wants that fucking money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also protecting you too.
Okay.
So you got to.
What'd you want to say,
What's
babe?
that?
No, I said, and also too, you got to really think about what you guys are doing though.
Yeah.
When it comes to music. So I can see why there's a business aspect of it. It's just the fact that you artists should have known that from the get-go. Because
Thank
even
you, Kathy.
it's the truth from the get-go. You guys should have known this stuff. Because even in doing hair, even being a hairstylist, we make it look fun like we're just in there cutting hair. No, there's laws.
Right.
There's laws I still have to follow every day. There's pieces of paper that are on my wall that you know I have to pay for every single year.
True.
There's codes of conduct. These are things that I think that with artists that nobody told you guys that with everything, there's always rules and technicalities and ways to do things. With artists, they just kind of told you guys, just write, have fun, whoop-de-woo. But there's things you have to follow along with it.
Well, I
thought there should be artist schools. Just like there's cosmetology schools, just like there's barber schools, HVAC schools.
Are they? They're starting to do artist schools?
Because it needs to be done because there's schooling for cosmetology. The reason why we have cosmetology and barber schools is to tell us the laws.
Yeah.
Because you actually have your first 500 hours of cosmetology or barbering, even HVAC. Your first 500 hours is learning the laws.
Yeah.
You have to take a test. Then they'll go into your practical skills. But the first half the year, 6 months, is you learning the laws. And they need to do that for artists who are, whether they're painters, because there's still laws for them too. Whether you're music artists, there's still, you guys still need to learn.
Well, see, when we were coming up.
They don't want to, Kathy. That's the deal.
They don't?
Want to.
Well, see, it's not that I wouldn't say I didn't want to. I wouldn't say I didn't want to. I just wanted to create, and perform and let the music be heard, right? And perform on stage or whatever. But here's the thing.
But who made you guys think that, though? The music videos made you guys think about it.
Maybe.
Cartoons, music videos, magazines made everybody believe that there was no technical. Yes.
Yeah, that it's so easy.
And so you guys focus on the performance part versus the actual business part of it.
That's
in cosmetology,
true. That's
it's
fucking
the same
true.
thing in hair.
Yeah.
We thought about when I was
didn't have to before.
Correct.
That's true.
In doing hair, we thought the same things. When I first started cosmetology school, I was upset because the first 500 hours was being in the classroom and learning the laws and all these
But I
boring
think that's bullshit
things.
though, because they're like for
But you
example,
had-
you want to be a barber as well as a stylist,
you know
right?
why?
But you got to go to a ton of fucking hours of
Do you
basically
know why?
redoing the same shit you were already doing as a
Yes.
stylist.
But now you're involving razor and a bare razor to a skin. Those are different laws. Nobody realizes that.
chemicals.
See, that's technical though. That's technical.
Yes,
They're like,
but you fuck up the wrong person, hit the wrong vein, or they're
that's
allergic
true.
and all that. You're fucked. You're
that's
screwed.
true. That is true.
But it's just the point that there's technicalities to just everything. But the media makes everything look so easy. Like I said, I was mad going into cosmetology school. I'm like,
Right.
I got to do this. What? I just want to do hair. Like I was at home with my cousins and my mom and stuff. Like, I just want to do hair. What is this shit?
Right.
But they're like, well, you need to
Yeah.
know this first. You
That's
need
what
to-
I said.
So I think for me it
I
was.
just want to do music.
I
Why
love-
don't you do freaking business?
Thank
too?
you. But exactly, that's how it goes. But
Do
nobody
music. I
tells
wanna
you that.
create, too.
Well, no, they don't because we didn't
But
have.
nobody's doing it.
Yeah, we didn't have no one telling us that. Now, one thing I would like to do, like maybe in the future, is I wouldn't say like so much be a mentor, but maybe get like how I did that thing with the guy helping with the Hamilton, right? Like I give some tips or some, little advice, not shortcuts, but just advice. A lot of it is you got to have the confidence to really take on this industry because this industry shiesty as hell. Let's be honest, it's very shiesty.
But it's only shiesty. You know why? Because I'm still going to say it because of the fact of when you know the laws, when you know certain things, if you're taught certain things, you don't get shysted. They shiest off of lack of information. Some people can't shiest me when it comes to hair
right.
because I know the information.
That's right.
I know the business
got that
part
right.
of it.
Well, that's
Somebody
why.
tells
That's
me-
why. That's why plumbers
somebody-
make top dollar because it's about
if-
the knowledge they have. Nobody wants to
Correct.
clean out a toilet like they do, so that's why they get paid top dollar.
And just like, remember when that girl wanted to share my salon with me when I was going to buy it, right?
Yeah.
She tried to, her and her stupid little lawyer tried to snake me with some laws. And I said, I know the laws. She couldn't snake me because I knew the laws. When people don't know information, that's how people take advantage.
Yeah.
Because
that's
even
true.
in hair, because
Yeah,
people are
that's
like,
very true.
people always ask me, why don't you just rent these booths out? Because there's laws to that.
Yeah.
And there's certain
Yeah,
laws I don't
very
want to
true.
follow.
So is it like squatters, basically? In other words, if
Yes.
they won't leave your
Yes,
salon?
correct.
Damn.
If they get in, they sign a contract with me, I would have to evict them to get out and everything else. And they can ruin all my shit that's in my salon. And the only thing they're responsible for is just their little booth rent. They could be bringing in 10 grand into my salon through their chair, but if my booth rent's only 800, that's the only thing they give me is the 800. But while they're making 10 grand in my salon, and I can't do shit about it.
So-
Their clients could break my toilet. Their clients could get sticky stuff all over my floor, and nothing.
So
There's just certain laws.
So then, how does an artist today? How are they supposed to get this knowledge and all this?
I think you guys like Jaunty and Jason's out here and all the rest of the artists, y'all need to be given little content of telling people this shit, little information, little clips, little
I do.
because that's important. Because other than that, everybody's gonna just think, oh, this is all fun. All I gotta do is create. No.
Well, we did do
no.
the video about the copyright. We just didn't go in detail about it, but it is a lot with the
But
copyright.
those are things that I would even people start YouTube pages talking about it because
Yeah.
to tell beginning artists or the ones who are just like, let's say you started at 12, Jason. So even a
Yeah.
12-year-old's on YouTube finding out stuff. That 12-year-old needs to know it's more than just creation.
Right. Well, because the first time I was in the studio,
It
let's see,
changes all the time too.
94.
That
It
too,
changes.
yes.
The music industry changes.
94 was the first time I hit the studio, but the first time I ever did a project, like when I was working with my boy Chris Brown, aka High C, out in Grand Rapids, that was around early 90s because we used like third bass instruments. I want to say it was like 91, 92, right before I went into foster home in Mount Clemens. So because I was in Mount Clemens High, but so switching up just a little bit, so. We got a little bit about the business end of it. Why do you think it's so hard for an artist today to make any kind of
Ooh.
wave?
Good question.
You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. There's so much competition, right? But then also physical copies are pretty much non-existent unless it's vinyl. because CDs is kind of making a comeback. Cassettes are making a comeback. They've always kind of been there in
Oh,
the.
are they?
You know, a lot of like Eminem bought like Nas's Illmatic for like $800 online, a sealed copy. So people are still buying
Oh,
tapes
wow.
like a niche collector, but vinyl is always going to be there. But why do you think it's such a challenge for an artist today? Even like for myself, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Mhm.
Drive
Yeah.
Bitch, right? Great song,
Mhm.
got some great songs on this new project. Why is it so hard to get out there, to get heard? Not even being on a nationwide level, but just to be heard. To you know, why is it such a challenge today for artists? You think?
Well, I think you know a lot of that too. You had this answer too, but
No, but I like your opinion. Like, what do you think?
Aw, thanks. A lot of it is a lot of times artists don't have a direction in a lot of ways. They just put music out there. They don't know how to put it out, who their audience is, what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, and they just all they know is to create music and to put it out. That's what they've been taught. That's what they know. Usually it's the publishing companies or the A&R companies that we used to have in the, at Sony or whatever, that did all the work, that did all that work before. Now we don't have an A&R, an artist and repertoire. So the
What
artists, like
happened to
Kathy
that?
said, they have to be educated.
What happened to
Well,
the A&R?
they the A&R the music went into a different direction, and now catalogs are being bought, and they're just going it's gone. There are no more. And I mean, I guess there are some A&R, and I'm a indie label that is actually doing A&R stuff. So I'm doing artist development, and as well as looking for new artists, producing, recording, all that stuff, songwriting stuff. So um, you know, honestly, I just think it's really the direction of what they're going. If they just have a direction and someone to help them and support them, they'll get the awareness. And they just need a strategy. But if you're just like out there putting music out there and you don't have a strategy, it's it's like not having a target, and you're missing the target all the time.
Right.
If you're throwing that dart, you're just like, and you're not eyeing the target, you miss the mark. You miss the mark.
I think what I find challenging and difficult, I don't like being on like TikTok 24/7, like a lot of people get on there and they want you to be on there constantly, but the algorithm's always changing. And then when you're on there for a few hours, you've seen it. Like I've been on maybe a couple hours here or there, and you'll make like 37 cents or $2. I'm not doing it for the money, but it's like I see where people get discouraged because they want you literally to be on that shit constantly. And I work a lot, so it's like me personally, it's hard to be on there. So I can only imagine how it would be for someone that's maybe got a kid and going to school and got two jobs, you know what I mean? Because today's economy, let's be honest, everything's going up, right?
What do you think of
Yeah.
the AI artists now? A lot of
Good question.
the AI artists. Do you think that's going to be an issue for what's coming up next musically? Because I've seen some really great R&B and like AI artists on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like
She
seriously,
be really on TikTok for real.
because I know what's going on in the social media
I'm
world.
so behind.
The thing is, it's crazy because how are you behind when I started off that way?
Because I don't be on TikTok as much as you.
But
I
I
go
be
on
on
and
all
off.
four. I'm on Threads. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And now Snapchat. Jason was I used to be never on, but I now know how the world and social media works because I'm on it almost 24 hours. I'm not gonna lie, I'm addicted. But
is.
Jason used to be addicted. Now it's me now.
I wasn't.
So,
I mean, I
yes,
was,
he
but I
was.
wasn't. Okay, so here's what it was. When I was doing shows and I was promoting artists and whatnot,
He was
yes,
addicted.
I was a content creator, la motherfucker. Like, I would be at Starbucks on a laptop, constantly editing. That was my office. Starbucks, basically, it was my unofficial office. I'd be in there editing. Kathy would drop me off and I'd just be in there. Or I'd be in AA using their card table room to fucking edit.
Right, but now I'm at home. I'm at home because I have my 2 at-home jobs in
Yeah.
the salon. So
You
whether I'm
do
at
be
the
on there a
salon,
lot.
whether I'm at home, I'm always on social media.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many artists that are like AI, and I be jamming to some of this shit. That's why I'm like, is this the new
Good.
competition? Is this
It's
what's
the new
out here?
competition.
good.
So we're gonna have
I have some
artificial
songs on
intelligence
Suno. I love it.
and robot rappers and robot
But this
singers.
is crazy, though.
I think you should embrace it for sure.
Embrace
Just
it.
embrace it.
Oh, I
Oh.
don't.
Because
It's gonna put
a
the
money
music
maker.
industry out of business, though. The AI is gonna jobs are gonna see. Some
The
people.
music industry going out of business anyway. And I mean, they
Yeah.
have the business, but it's different anyways. You might as well find a way to embrace it.
I
and
get.
use
I
Ooh.
have.
it.
You know what? I
Scary,
have.
though.
It's. I have, Joanna. It's just the fact of it's scary because some of the shit I will like be sitting there just jamming. I'm like, and this is not even a fucking real person. Like this is fucked up that I'm enjoying this music, but it's not even a fucking real person.
So you're saying I
That-
could program an artist and to do whatever I want with
Yes.
ChatGPT as an AI? I could
Yes,
do that.
but that's the fucked up part
That'd be
about
scary.
it, though.
Then
That would be.
you can be online all the time.
I could. I would have an AI twin.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
crazy
That'd be
though.
scary.
Some of the shit just sounds so good though. That's
Yeah.
what I think that's what make it's fucking with me mentally.
So is it kind of like?
Human versus like non-human.
So it would be kind of like the Bangkok artists when we were watching them on New Year's Eve and shit. How precise they are and how
Yeah.
they're infiltrating American artists.
They're not infiltrating. They're doing it better.
They're doing it better. Yeah, they're not as lazy because they go to school like every day. it
Joanna,
seems like,
me and
over there.
Jason, it was like
New Year's Eve.
yeah, New Year's
2 years ago.
Eve. During the pandemic,
Yep.
we were just at home on New Year's Eve, just chilling, right? And we ran across. Jason was on YouTube. We ran across Tokyo's New
Yep.
Year's Eve.
Yep.
Holy shit!
Man, they had a
Wow.
laser show, holograms.
They're rappers,
their
they're
hair
R&B
was
singers.
precise.
Everything was precise. They were even
They were
the
like-
rappers. Like we didn't know what the fuck
All
they were
that.
saying, but the
Yeah.
show was so fucking
sharp.
good.
It was
It
sharp.
was sharp.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my god, they're doing it better than us.
And they weren't like overly slutty with it. Not saying
No,
it in a
the girls are
derogatory way.
covered.
The
The
girls
guy-
were covered. The guys looked handsome. They looked
yes,
classy.
the guys like
They came out
they-
looking like
with
fuck-
suits on, but like fashionable
dapper and
suits
shit.
like the girls are completely covered.
Yep.
They're still rapping and doing their thing, but they're completely covered. The guys got their pants up, but they're just rapping, looking slick.
Yeah.
They're dancing. And we're like, holy shit, this looks like American culture, just better.
And this is before they started really coming over here. Now they're over here
Now
like a
they've
motherfucker.
really crossed
Because we were
over.
watching Saturday Night Live. Remember, we saw that one group. It was like all guys. Remember?
Yep.
It was all guys. We're like, holy shit, where are these guys coming from?
Yep, they're better. They're
Yeah.
just better.
They were like an Asian Backstreet Boys. They really
Yeah.
were.
I feel like AI in the Asian market is gonna have the American market of music running for its money.
Well, here's the thing too. I noticed about our country. Our country, not to bash the United States of America, but let's be honest. We are very fucking competitive, but we're
But
also
we're
lazy
behind.
at the same time,
Yeah.
and we're behind. But then we're like jealous of these other countries. We're mad because these other countries are doing it well. Well, that's because our fucking kids don't go to school almost all year round.
That's true.
They get more time off than we fucking get off. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? They
as
go on
adults.
vacation and go on to fucking roller coasters and this and that and,
And
the
they
other.
start their kids earlier at vocational stuff. They start their
Exactly.
kids earlier. We don't. We just tell our kids here, let them be kids. In other words, let them run amok.
Yeah.
Let them have no discipline until the age of 18. Then all of a sudden we tell them, oh, it's at 18. It's time for you to get some discipline now.
But they
and they're
also-
looking at you like,
No.
no, fuck you, parent. What are you talking about?
But we also took, if you notice, when we were
You
coming
said
up
it,
in school,
Cassie, that's right.
when we were coming up in school, we had home
That's for
economics,
sure.
we had pre-vocational training, we had
Scary.
job corps, all that shit, right? You don't have that anymore. So these kids are basically unprepared now. So it's like,
Homeschooling now.
yeah, they're unprepared. Like, honestly, unless you're going to be we were talking about this last night. Unless you're going to be an architect or you're going to be a fucking Tim Allen construction worker, you don't need to know all the extra shit other than basic math. You just need to know how to count. That's it. You need to know how to fucking count money back. You know, because I used to work with someone, and Kathy
Right.
knows this story, and I felt bad for the kid. Part of me was like, I felt really bad for him. The other part was like, who the fuck didn't teach this kid basic math? So he was like trying to tell me, he was like,
Aw.
what is $33 minus 270 something? And he didn't know it at all. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
that's the
wow.
problem is these kids don't know basic math. Like, I love when a grandparent comes in and they got like their grandkid and they're like giving them the money and they're like, okay,
teaching him how to count.
yeah, they're like, okay, count that back. All right. And they'll try to give you too much money at first. And then they're like, no,
Yeah.
no, that's not how you do it. Okay, so count it back. And then they get it. But these kids are unprepared. And then they're just thrust right into an adulthood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't have the same advantages we had.
Yeah,
'cause,
it's scary.
like what exactly what would they consider you? It's not a baby boomer. Would you be
She's Gen X.
you're Gen
Gen
X?
Xer.
So I had an argument with a coworker the other day, Am I a cross between a baby boomer and a Gen Xer then? Because I was 75?
Yeah, you're right on the cusp.
That's what we were talking about. Okay, so
You're right on the cusp.
Okay, yeah.
In other words,
Okay.
you were trained and taught by a baby boomer, and baby boomers are the most selfish, fucked up
they
generation.
were. Yes.
But
they handled their
but,
business.
But the thing is, we have to realize who they were raised by. The silent generation. The silent generation literally meant silent for a reason. You didn't tell what was going on in your house. You didn't tell shit. You were just. You were to be
mental
seen.
illness was just the thing you swept under the rug. It wasn't for real.
Everything was
was a
literally
figment of your imagination.
silent. That's why they call it the silent. You weren't allowed to talk about anything.
Yeah.
And so that's who the baby boomers were raised by, a generation of people who told you couldn't talk about anything that was a problem.
Well, it
You
was
just
like
had to
you had
deal
to
with
bottle,
life
you had
as
to bottle
will.
it up
Yes.
and zip it up. Like my
Yep.
mother would be like, "Shut up, or I'll give you something to cry about." So I
Because
would
that's how she was.
hyperventilate.
That's how the silent generation
Yeah.
was taught.
Like I was
Yeah.
hyperventilating. That's how bad it was.
That's how they were taught. So that's why
Aw.
it's like when you come and then, but Gen X now, they started to be more artists. Like they're like more creative, and they taught us millennials, which I'm first year millennial.
Okay.
So that's why I think millennials and Gen Zs and
Okay.
everything else are more rebellious, because we were taught by Gen Xers. Gen Xers are saying, you guys were the first generation that said, fuck you, baby boomers. Fuck your ways. Your ways don't make any sense. I'm not going to do as you say do, while you're over here being a hypocrite. Gen Xers were the first ones. That's why they call them Gen X. You guys were the first ones to say, hold up, I'm not going to do as you say do, because you're a fucking hypocrite. And then you guys raised us, my generation, and we're really rebellious.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then we taught the next generation, which is softer, which is
Well, that's
not
because
the greatest thing either.
But that's because online makes you think that you can be a social media influencer and not work. Like if you look at why TikTok got bought out by an American company because they weren't making any money. Point blank, they weren't getting any cut of the money that China was giving these people, these influencers, right? Because people used to make a lot of money on TikTok. You could do anything on TikTok and make money. And then as soon as American company got a hold of it, whether it was Zuckerberg or whoever did, right? Someone got a hold of it.
They cut that money.
They cut the money. They cut the algorithm. They changed the shit up. So now it's like they're making it so strict. Like you can't play copywritten music. You can't do
Not even your own copyright
your own
music.
shit. Like I can't even play Jive Bitch without them saying that, it's copywritten. So it's like, what? It's my song.
It's definitely crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Moving forward, you work with your daughter as well. Didn't she? You said she got a song in the new Dracula movie. Is there a Dracula movie that you were talking about?
Yeah, she did. She got a song called oh gosh,
It's called Oh
I
Gosh.
can't even think of the name of it. I
It's
can't think of the
called
name
Oh
of it now.
Gosh. Oh Gosh is the name of the
that
song. That's
part.
such a great song. Is related to the Usher song that Oh My God.
Jason, you're silly.
I'm silly. I'm silly.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna hit myself. But
Your daughter's
it's
gonna be like,
okay.
"How did you forget my song?
I know.
How the fuck did you forget my
I
song?"
know. It's okay. It happens to me.
But it's in a
I
Dracula
get like
movie
those
though.
butterfly moments too.
Yeah, but it's in a Dracula moment. So as we are getting close to the end of this interview, we do a lightning round. And first off, we just want to say, thank you so much for coming through.
Who, me?
Now we're gonna do this lightning round, and don't think too much about the answers. We just come out with random questions, and you just answer it. Okay?
I'll try.
We need to get the
I can't even
what's the
answer
Jeopardy?
my daughter's song
We need to
right
get the
now.
Jeopardy clock timer on here. Like, okay, go ahead.
Oh, you go first, honey.
No, you go first.
Favorite pizza?
Cheese with pineapple.
Favorite '80s villain or killer?
The sword guy.
The sword guy. Who's the sword guy?
The sword guy. Elm Street.
Oh,
Freddy.
that's not swords. That's knives. Freddy's
Okay,
not a
knives,
ninja.
whatever.
She just pissed off Nightmare on Elm Street fans all over the fucking place. Like,
Sorry.
I did not know that Freddy was a ninja.
Well, come on my page and tell me off. I would love it.
Favorite toothpaste?
You love that question.
Oh wow. Gosh. Crest.
Favorite Duran Duran song?
Is anyone out there?
Oh, okay.
Michael versus Madonna. Who's better?
Oh God, come on, Jason.
That's a good question, though. I'm interested.
Madonna.
Ooh, blasphemy. Oh,
Whoa!
people are halfway around the world heard
Wow,
that shit like,
that
what?
one just knocked
What?
me out. Oh my God.
Favorite Michael song?
The Earth song.
Okay.
That is a good song.
And I love Michael Jackson too.
Spaghetti or lasagna?
Oh goodness. Lasagna.
Favorite Charlie Brown character?
Linus.
Oh, okay. Christmas
He's so cute.
or Thanksgiving?
Christmas.
What was your favorite comedy watching growing up?
My favorite comedy watching.
Yeah, could be a show or
Wow,
movie.
that's a good one. Ooh, my favorite comedy.
I'm hitting her with some questions, boy. Her brain is really like, oh.
Wow. Holy crap.
That's another one that you watched?
Jack.
What was that?
Jack and what's his name?
Saved by the Bell.
Jack and
Oh, Zach.
What is it?
Yeah, Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
90210 or Beverly
you.
Hills.
What, Jason?
Beverly Hillbillies.
You said 90210
Yep,
or
90
Beverly Hillbillies?
Yep,
no.
90210 or Beverly Hillbillies.
Okay.
There's no question. Come on.
Sanford and
I like the
Son.
drama.
Sanford and Son or Good Times.
Oh my
Neither.
gosh. Sanford and Son.
Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, or Robin Williams.
Ooh.
Wow, probably Robin Williams.
Tupac or Biggie.
Oh my gosh. Biggie.
Eminem or Jay-Z.
Eminem.
Eminem.
Really? Eminem's dope, but Jay-Z's up there too, though.
He's good with features.
Who would
You
you love
guys-
to collaborate with, dead or alive, if you had an opportunity to? They could be any genre.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Nice.
Your turn, dear.
Favorite sock brand?
Walmart.
Walmart. What about Kmart, though? The blue light specials. I miss Kmart. Because we used to get the Slurpees, they weren't Slurpees then. They were just like squishies, I think they called them. And then we had popcorn and we had pizza and they had hot dogs at Kmart. And you could get your picture taken all in one fucking day at Kmart.
That's true.
Remember that? You used to go, what was it, Olin Mills? It was Olin Mills, wasn't it? Wasn't there Olin Mills in the Sears that
Oh,
was
I remember
connected to the
those.
Kmart? That's how old I am. My God. I remember
Yep.
Kmart, and I used to ride the
Do
little
you remember Kresge?
Yep.
Kresge. Yep, I remember. There was actually one downtown
Kresge.
Pontiac on Saginaw, I
Yep.
think, long time ago. Did you know that there used to be horses?
Wow.
There was horses. Kathy bought me this book. I got it somewhere at home. It's got pictures of Pontiac back in the old days, like 1800s, the 1900s. It shows Kresges. It shows horses. They used to even have
Oh my God.
an not electric car. What the hell was it, dear? Those cars. Remember the trains that would come downtown?
have no
Trolleys.
idea.
They had a trolley in downtown Pontiac at one time.
I didn't realize that. I grew up in Pontiac.
Nice. So look, before we leave, what would you like to say to artists out there that are trying to break into the industry or break into the biz? Like, what would be a tip that you would give them, to move forward and to venture out in this world?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Great question. I know it blew your mind.
that's
Like,
a beautiful question.
boom.
I love it. I would, there's so much I want to say to them, but I guess I want to tell them that there are people out there that care and that want to help them. And there are people out here that it's not always about whatever happened in the past with those, because I always get the people that were done in. They find me last. And I want to tell those people that I'm here for them. There are people that will be there for them to have their backs and to keep doing the music. Don't give up. If you're not sure what to do, find a team to help you, a producer, somebody that they know that can help them make a good track and knows what to do with that track. Not just make the track, but knows where to put it, what to do with it.
Okay.
And see, and find out what their goal is. What is your main goal in your life? Because in the music industry, it could be for many reasons. It could be just music. It could be, do you want to get it into the movies? Do you want to do commercials? Figure out who you are and what you want to do.
I like
And
that.
just never give up. Never, never, never. There's always ways.
Now, where can
I
people
have a lot to say about that.
where can people find your website or anything that if they wanted to contact you, or just reach out to you or check out any of your content? Where are you at? Well, this is where you plug your stuff.
I'm got you. Well, deathbylipstick.com is my website. And please go there and say hi. And I have blogs, and you can learn a lot about me on my website. And my music is on there. My daughter's song from Dracula.
That she can't remember
which
the
is
name.
out. Right. He caught me off guard. I have so much music out there, so my daughter's gonna kill me.
Well,
But
look, we appreciate you coming in, man. Thank you so much.
thank you for having me. I had a blast, you guys. It was so much fun.
We'll have to bring you back
hope
later
I
on when
did
you remember the
good.
song. We'll have to bring you back when you remember the song. But you have
Yeah, I
a
know.
great rest of your day, and thank you again for
Thank
taking the
you.
time for being on Talking Nude.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Much love to you.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay, now I gotta remember how to end this. Let me see. This is live. I'm totally trying to. Okay, there we go. End meeting. Is it leave meeting or end meeting?
I think it's leave meeting, honey.
Is it?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so we're back, man. So let's give it up again for Jaunty Meek, Joanna Meek of Death by Lipstick Production. That actually was a decent interview.
Yes, it was.
It was funny. She forgot her daughter's song. Told her daughter's gonna be like, "How dare you? I only had one song and you forgot it." But no, we had a great time, man. Did you have a good time today, dear?
Yes, I did, honey.
Look, man, we're gonna be back next week, and we got an in-studio guest. This person right here is really close to our heart. Really, really gonna be a very inspirational guest. Been through a lot and persevered through a lot, and they're just doing wonderful, great things, and we just can't wait to have them in there. We have our friend Isaiah Rivera is gonna be a guest next week on Talking Nude. So until then, y'all, be nice to each other. Stop being assholes. And by all means, feel free to dress accordingly to the weather, whatever it might be. Today it might be booty shorts. Tomorrow it might be pants or hoodies. You just never know. It might fucking snow later today. But anyway, we'll see y'all next week, man. I'm Jason. This is my wife, Kathy. Take care, y'all.
Bye-bye. Talking nude, talking nude.
Talking Nude.
Talking nude.
Talking Nude.
Yeah,
another fabulous episode.
Talking nude.
Oh, baby. Yeah, that's what we do when we sit here.
Talking nude.
You never know what we're going to be talking about. We're just taking our clothes off and having fun.
Talking nude.
But it's kind of cold as hell, so my balls are kind of frozen. And that's what happens when you're...
Talking nude.
Could you imagine if you took off your bra, running around, titties just drooping in the world, and you just be
Talking nude.
balls and titties drooping, and we jumping in the water, and then we'll just be...
Talking nude.
We had Jaunty Meeks on there, and she couldn't remember her daughter's name of her song with Dracula in the middle of.
Talking nude.
It was just a lot of fun, just picking people's brain and asking what kind of socks they like.
Talking nude.
We'll see you next week, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Hopefully we brought a laugh to you. Maybe you learned something. Go to TikTok, Old School Funny Guy 75. Kathy's TikTok is...
Mrs. Kathy A.
Until then, y'all, if you want to be on a guest on the show, hit up UGA number 2 raw for life at Gmail. That's UGA number 2 raw number 4 life at Gmail. Or Catherine Mojet, MOJET at yahoo.com. Hit us up sooner than later. Maybe we'll get you as a guest on the show. And we're out of here.